2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
INCROWD815 INCROWD815 INCROWD815
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I could play that over and over and over again. Hey, it is the first day of March, the year 2024, the latest it's ever been in the history of mankind, and you made it. Congratulations. We have a Rare Friday show for you today. And so wake up the person next to you and say, hey, this Facebook or YouTube feed or Instagram. You might be watching on Instagram right now. Thanks for checking us out on Instagram and or on LinkedIn. A lot of fans growing on our LinkedIn page as well. We have a special rescheduled show for today because of what happened last Saturday, and I'm happy to be chatting with Emily Binger from the Ski Bronx Water Ski Show team. Emily, hello, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Awesome. Thanks for being so willing to reschedule and jump back on with us today.
No problem.
We had a fun show on Saturday, but technical issues did something really funny to us. And I still don't know exactly what happened last Saturday because everything on my screen looked good. Everything on my screen sounded good, but all the platforms just was really wonky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for rescheduling. Thanks for coming on here today. We have my quote for the morning is this, Emily: the chance that you have unknowingly broken a world record is not 0%.
That can be very true.
I thought that was great.
That's a good quote, yeah.
And the Ski Bronx have broken world records. Now they did so more or less probably by creating things that have never been done before.
Yes.
And before we get into all of the cool things about the Ski Bronx, I want to talk a little bit about you and your background. So for those who have never met Emily Binger before, where are you from? Where'd you go to school? And how'd you find yourself involved with the Ski Bronx?
So I grew up in Rockford. I went to East E-Rabs, whoop whoop.
Red and black.
Yeah, red and black spirit. I actually found out by the Ski Bronx. My mom's boyfriend at the time, they lived on the river, and his daughter actually was on the Ski Bronx. And we went skiing one day. I was 10 years old, and I got up on my first try. And then my mom brought me to a show later that summer, and she's like, "Would you want to do this?" And I'm like, heck yeah, that looks like a ton of fun. And I've been doing that ever since. So in 2012, I joined the Ski Bronx, and I have been on the team ever since.
2012. So that's the year that I met you. I was with the Ski Bronx. I did the 2012, 13, and 14 seasons. And that was the MC. Maybe you know the story, maybe you don't. But I was brought in on 2012 just to be the backup guy.
Really?
Okay. I was willing. I had the time and Was willing to spend most of my summer down at Shorewood Park and be a part of the Ski Bronx for the season because the main announcer guy had a whole lot going on in his life and knew that he wasn't going to be able to do all the shows. So I'm like, oh, cool, that's fine. I'll do a few shows here and there. And I want to say about 3 or 4 weeks before regional, he said goodbye. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm doing this, never having done this before.
Yeah.
And we had the regionals that year were in Indiana.
Yeah.
So we took our WROK news show to Indiana. It was a fun show. It was a crazy experience. Had a lot of fun doing it. And I do know that wait a minute. No. That was Ski Bronx the movie.
Yeah, that was the movie.
That was Ski Bronx the movie year.
Was the
next year was the news.
Yeah.
Next year was the news. And the reason that was so cool was we just had a great Ski Bronx member just pass away, Ward Baxter, who was show director and skied and did all kinds of stuff with him and his wife and his sons. He did the announcing. He was the MC for the Nationals that year because I'm like, Ward, I'm still learning this thing. I don't know what I'm doing, buddy. I'll do it if you need me to do it, but this is a competition. This is really big in Janesville and all this stuff. And he's like, all right, I'll handle it. You know, I ran the sound and he did the show, and I had a great time doing the show that year. But and then the next year I took over all full time doing the announcing.
Yeah.
And the 2013 show was all the WROK news is what I called it because there's too many letters.
Yeah.
And then the 2014 show was our academy.
Yeah, the Bronx Academy.
Bronx Point Academy, which still is my favorite show, not just because I was in it, because our tribute to veterans and all the stuff that we did that year was just really, really special. And I really, really enjoyed doing that season, but life got too busy for me to be involved in the Ski Bronx.
Yeah, it's a lot of time and work and
and that's maybe that's a good place to start, because we do want people to consider volunteering and joining the Ski Bronx. When somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a volunteer activity this summer, and they're wondering what they can plug into, there's a lot of different things you can do around the Rockford Loves Park area.
Yeah,
tons of different things. Why should someone think about joining the Ski Bronx, and what would they have to do? What would be required of them?
Honestly, there's many things that you can volunteer for, whether it's concessions, whether it's helping out with sound, rolling ropes, spotting in a boat, or you're actually skiing. There's a lot of different factors that you can be doing to help us out. This year, we definitely need a lot of help volunteering, kind of like our behind the scenes. But honestly, if you're wanting to ski, we have practices every other Saturday up until we start skiing on the water, which is typically early May. And
you can practice not being on the water.
So we have one this Sunday. It's on Sunday this week because we have our Think Tank Convention Expo, which is a big, there's a bunch of classes and seminars, and we also have an award show tonight. So I'll be there tonight representing.
Yeah, good luck. You guys are up for like 5 different awards.
Yep, we have a couple team awards, and we have a couple individuals on the team that are possibly receiving awards today too.
Worth mentioning.
Yes.
One of your youngest members is up for Female Skier of the Year.
Yeah, Lily and Ava. Or no.
Lily?
Lily is up for
Female Skier of the Year.
And then Lily and Ava are both up for 14 and under award.
That's amazing. That's just wild, crazy. Yeah. Lily was a part of a great doubles team, right?
Yep, and then Lily and Dalton, the doubles couple, they're up for best doubles couple of the year.
Yeah, they had a phenomenal season last season, and
this is their first year together too. This is their first year skiing together.
So amazing! It's so amazing, and probably one of the most exciting awards that you guys are up for this year is you created something brand new again, which I can't explain enough just how phenomenal this is.
Yeah.
Because it was 30 years ago, like literally 33 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be 33 years this
That
year.
the Ski Bronx did something no one else had ever done before. No one thought was possible. They made a prefab pyramid off the dock and pulled it off the dock and made it work. A 3-high pyramid, and people were amazed.
Yeah. Because typically you have to build up. So it was literally a picnic bench.
Yeah.
They set a picnic bench on the table or on the dock and held them up, and they took off. With
So
the
they,
pyramid already
and
built.
that was the year that the Ski Bronx won the national tournaments and was really put themselves on the map. And over the years, the team has gone up and down with the number of volunteers, a number of skiers, and different things. But a few years ago, and I'm kind of curious if you know, you should know, because this is in your era, what year you were even started thinking about trying a prefab 4-high pyramid? Because last year was the first year it actually happened, right?
No, so we've actually been doing it since 2018 was the first year that we did it. But last year was the first year that we successfully did one in regionals and nationals. Because we've done them at nationals before, but we're the first team to pull it off at a regional and a national tournament.
And that's just the strength and the skill and the timing that have to happen to make that work just in a 3-high pyramid is enough. So for you guys to pull it off as a 4-high, that was, again, kind of shocked the skiing world.
I still get the goosebumps every time I watch one of the videos.
How can you not? And now at least one other team has pulled off the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's a couple more teams that do them now. They do them a little bit differently than how we do it, but everyone to each of their own.
When I see something like this, when I hear something like this, I equate it to I believe it was the 2-minute mile. I think it was the first guy to ever run a mile in under 2 minutes. What was his name? I forget what was his name. Yeah. But no one thought it was possible. People around the world, doctors said it was impossible because you would kill yourself. Your heart would explode.
Yeah.
And then this guy ran a mile in 1:59 point something seconds. And within weeks, about a dozen other guys did it.
Wow.
So showing that it can be done causes a lot of different things to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ski Bronx have done it now a couple times where they've said, "Hey, Ski World, look at us, look at you, you can do this too."
And now everyone does it.
Yeah, and here's another thing that's worth, I think, bringing up too. The ski community, the Ski World Ski Show community, it's pretty similar to the theater community. And I'm very heavily involved in the theater community now these last half a dozen years, where everyone is rooting you on.
Yeah, no.
The competition, sure, there is competition there, but it's a much healthier competition than your typical sports competition.
Yeah.
They want you to succeed. Yeah, they want to win, but they also want to see you do really, really well. So,
because that can not to whatever, but it's also can go towards your sportsmanship award too. If judges see you cheering on other teams, not that you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's recognition to be had.
Yeah. It's not that they're just doing it out of, we need to be the best and show that we're cheering on other people. Everyone is truly so excited to see what other people have. I love going and watching the shows. This year, I don't know how much I'll be able to get to watch because we are hosting regionals and nationals this year down at Shorewood Park.
And being the show director this year for the Ski Bronx, you've got a little bit of added responsibility.
Yes.
Now, having known you now for about 12 years or so, and knowing that you've seen different show directors do different things and manage in different ways, I hope that you have learned in your young age, young Emily, that delegation is completely 100% acceptable.
Yes, I have done a lot of delegation. I could not have done a lot of this without the help of other people. And because it's a lot, there's a lot of things that factor into show directing and you don't know it until you do it.
That's right. One of the things that I've really been focusing on these last couple of years is the idea that there really isn't, when you look at W's and L's, most people say wins and losses. My mind has shifted these last few years. In the world of business and volunteering and competition, W's are wins and L's are learning opportunities.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do something and fail at it, knowing
Mhm.
that you're going to learn from it. And I can promise you that the Ski Bronx water ski show team fell over and over and over again trying to do this prefab 4-high pyramid.
Yes.
And somebody said, hey guys, we've been doing 3-highs for 30 years.
Mhm.
Let's see if I think we can do this. We've got the power of the engines of the boat. We've got strong enough guys on the base.
Yeah.
And guess what we're blessed with on the Ski Bronx these last few years? A bunch of strong, tiny women.
Yes. Yes. I feel like the average age of our team right now has to be like 15.
There's
so many little girls and boys on our team. It's crazy.
And that's what it takes to do something like this. Is you got to have strong. What's a proper word for someone who's wiry? Is that a proper word to strong and thin?
Yeah, limber.
Yeah. Do you and any of the team do any kind of special kind of workouts during the off season? I know some of you do, some of you don't, but is it something that's organized with the team?
We've the past, I don't know how many years that we've done it, but Steve actually has done like 100-day like challenge or something like that, and it doesn't have to be like consecutive days, but like just throughout the off season, like go and work out. But I don't feel like we have. I know Malia and Kyle will go and do their gym stuff and practice doubles, but I feel like really our workouts are just practicing more. And you can obviously work out. I need to get back in the gym, but strengthen myself up for this year. But
it's all optional. I guess is maybe one of the.
Yeah, no,
it's
there's
all optional.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So as far as if somebody wants part of the Ski Bronx, come check it out. You've got another practice on Sunday. Where's that going to be at?
That is at Loves Park City Hall at from 2 to 4. Anyone is welcome. You can come and watch, or we'll have waivers that you can sign if you want to try something out. But honestly, you can come down to any practice, any work day that we have, may or may not have, and or we may have. I don't know why I said that. But.
And obviously, it all depends on the weather. But is there kind of a goal date to be on the river again?
We typically try for like the first or second week of May. I don't have like a set day right now, just because it is a little bit far in advance, and we never know with Midwest weather.
Right. And this year's kind of a different wrinkle too, with the project that's going on at Sherwood Park.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the rehab project that's going on for the shoreline there?
So we are getting a whole new shoreline, a whole new stage. We have to get a new dock, but that actually should start here. We just got our final. We nailed down a bid for our construction to happen, so that should be starting here very soon, and we have to have that done by the first show, which is May 31st.
Right.
But
if you've never been to Sherwood Park to see a Ski Bronx show before, first off, you need to get down there. But if you have been down there before, you know that the stage that's there is a big concrete slab pad, which is a decent size. But if you ever go up to Janesville, they have probably the biggest show ski stage in the country. It's huge.
Yeah, so the one that we'll be putting in is going to be very, very similar to theirs, because right now ours is probably like a 20 by like 50 stage, but I think it's going to go down to like 10 by, I don't know how long, but a lot
80 or 10
longer
by 100 or something like that.
something like Yeah.
They have way more than they need down in Janesville, or up in Janesville on the river, which, by the way, the Janesville team is on the Rock River too.
Yep.
And they put on great shows up there all summer as well. Here in Loves Park, every Wednesday night and Friday night, free shows down at Shorewood Park starting basically Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. So it'll be May 24th will be our first show. And it's at 7 o'clock.
And I always say to people who ask, you got to go at least 3 times a season, at least 3. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's the same show. No, it's not the same show all season, because in the beginning of the season, they're still working out a lot of the kinks. They're still getting things going. So you kind of see what the concept is and you know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And then you go to see the regional or right around regional weekend, you're seeing a fairly finished product. And then at the end of the season, at or near the national tournament, you're seeing the show as Emily envisioned it in her head.
Well, I'm hoping it happens a lot sooner than that
course.
this year. I have the whole show written out already. I've had it written out for a month or 2 probably now, actually. But obviously, like, there's always still changes happening and nailing down specific skits and stuff like that. But I do have that written out.
There's another great point. It's not all skiing.
Mm-mm.
There's skits on the stage. There's dancing on the dock. There's all kind of different things going on. So come and be a part. Take a look at what's going on with the Ski Bronx. You did mention the need for a dock this year.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the dock was not in the financing, the funding that was done for what they're doing with it to the shoreline.
Yeah, the shoreline. It's just... Yeah.
My understanding is when the dock was pulled out for the season last year, it was pretty much obvious that this might be the last. It's an old dock.
It is total. It is in dumpsters now.
Yes, and this is not a typical pier. This dock, the dock that they use is a floating dock.
Yeah.
It's got to be big enough, strong enough, buoyant enough to hold, sometimes as many as 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe even more than that.
Yeah. So
we're doing our big act. That's our whole team out there. Almost.
Because that's not part of the funding for the shoreline reconstruction. It sounds like you guys need, if I heard this right, $50,000 to rebuild a new dock.
Yep. So we'll have we have a Moonlight Bowl on March 30th. Anyone is welcome, whether you come and bowl or not. It's $40 a couple, but we'll have 50-50 and raffle baskets. Come out and support us so we can raise that money to get our new dock, which is very, very crucial.
And there's the info for you. Saturday, March 30th, Scotch doubles, 9-pin, no tap. I was at Park Lanes last night for an event. And if it's my understanding that this fundraising event, this Scotch doubles might, if you want to, qualify you for the Park Lanes 9-pin tournament thing that they're having. Not that you want to come to this and try to win it, but if you do happen to have a great night of bowling, you might qualify for something beyond this fundraising event.
Yeah.
Because the flyer that I saw at Park Lanes last night had at least 9, maybe 10 or 11 different 9-pin tournament options to qualify for something bigger. And March 30th was the last date on their flyer. Now, that might be something they're doing earlier in the day and have nothing to do with the Ski Bronx fundraiser. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But anyway, this is 9-pin bowling is I think the funnest way to bowl anyway.
Yeah, I love 9-pin, no tap.
You get 9 down, you get credit for a strike. That's fun. So hopefully folks can join us to that, raise a bunch of money for the Ski Bronx season this season. If the money has already been raised by the March 30th to pay for the dock, awesome. This money fundraised at the bowling night will go toward gasoline for the boats and repair. When you tell people what the Ski Bronx need money for, what kind of things do you tell them about?
We need so skis, ropes, costumes, prop, our backdrop, our big backdrop we put on the dock that typically has some part to our theme, boats, gas, I mean, you name it, concessions, everything that you see out at our show, that's what it's going towards.
There's a lot of moving parts
Mm-hmm.
to the Ski Bronx water ski shows.
Yes.
And I know the obvious thing for most people when they come down to the show is say, hey, these boats don't power themselves. We got to buy gasoline.
Yeah.
But it goes way beyond just gasoline. There's a lot that's needed there.
Yeah, there's a whole list. I couldn't even name it.
Well, if somebody wants to, again, be a part of the team, come on down on Sunday to the City Hall, or let's see, the next practice after that would be what? The Saturday
practice would be March 16th, and that one is actually going to be a little bit different timing, I believe. Okay. I remember. Yeah, so that one, so March 16th, it'll be 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
All right. So come on down for that. Check out the Ski Bronx. I'm putting in the chat, by the way, for those who are following along, the link to the Ski Bronx webpage. I already put a link to that video page so you can see the opening video yourself again and scroll through and look at some other stuff that's been put up there. There's somewhere among those videos is video of actually nailing that 4-high prefab pyramid in competition.
Yeah.
Which is just it's awesome. It's so very cool.
I still remember the first time we did it in competition. Everyone was on their feet. Everyone was cheering. It was crazy. It was such a crazy. I mean, even us out there, once we make it, you can look at the pictures and you'll see my face. I'm typically in the center of that. I'm screaming.
Something else you guys did not too long ago was actually put up a 5-high pyramid in competition, which that's kind of been the golden ticket, the big, the biggest accomplishment in show skiing is being able to put up a 5-high pyramid. Do you have the team members to pull off possibly that again this year, or is that not on your repertoire for the circus show?
It's on my mind. I'll say that. We'll have to see how some practices go because we did lose a few of our essential guys that would be that center of that pyramid. So, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do.
Okay. Well, and that all comes down to the team, who's on the team this year, and if there's enough muscle to make that all happen. How many people are in a 5-high?
There are 22 people.
Okay. I can't remember either. How many people are needed to actually pull that off? 4
girls, 7, 9, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Oh no. So 20.
So it can be done with 20.
But typically it's 22 because typically we would do the 4 girls and there'd be 2 girls on the outside of them supporting, but you can do it with 10. But typically there's more. Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot to do, a lot to practice, a lot to participate in. If you're not a skier, there's plenty of other things to do to volunteer for Ski Bronx. Concession stand, learning how to roll ropes and get the next act prepared. There's a lot of different things you can do to be a part. So link is in the chat. Is there anything else that we didn't talk about this morning that you want to make sure we touch on before we let you go? I want to see everybody bowling March 30th, obviously, but anything else?
We do have our pyramid challenge going. So if you look up our Facebook or our website, we have a pyramid challenge going. So if you can't make it to that Moonlight Bowl, we do have that and you can donate to that. Right now, we have a total of $3,285 raised there. Our goal is that 50 for the whole team.
50,000. That's all we need, guys. 50,000. Yeah. So if somebody's got 46,000 some odd dollars laying around that they have nothing to do with, throw it the Ski Bronx way.
Yeah. But other than that, I did want to give a little shout out to EcoFab for helping with our main dock demo. They lended us a torch to take apart all the metal components to the dock.
Awesome. EcoFab. Thank you so much. And if you haven't done so already yet, mark your calendar. I just put this in the chat too. The Central Regional is at Shorewood Park in Loves Park this year, July 13th and 14th. Here's the thing, it's free. There's no tickets sold to come to watch the best ski teams in the region compete. And whether you come down for an hour or 20 hours, you're going to enjoy what you see. It's really, really cool. Division I Nationals seems to be hosted at Shorewood Park every 2 or 3 years, and it's here
usually every other year-ish, almost every.
And there's a big reason for that. People love skiing on the Rock River at Shorewood Park because of the way the river is laid out right there. It's perfect for show skiing.
It is. It really is.
It's nearly perfect. August 9th, 10th, and 11th, the Division I Nationals are right back here again in Loves Park. So come on out and support your team and every other team. Cheer for everybody, because that's what this is all about, is just seeing great athletic feats take place right in front of your eyes on the river. And it's a blast. So I really appreciate covering out some time. Again, any final things before we let you go?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, have an awesome think tank tomorrow.
Thank you.
And look forward to catching up with you again real soon. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Emily Benger at the Ski Bronx.
815 INCROWD, 815 INCROWD, 815 INCROWD, 815 815